I won't have a lot to say in this first video here on conic sections. We're going to be taking a look at a little bit of really review material at this point in your mathematical career. This right here is the standard form of a circle. We have x minus h in parentheses squared plus y minus k in parentheses squared, and that's all set equal to r squared. And the big thing with this is to know that these two values, the h and the h and the k are going to be the center of your circle. This is assuming that we're graphing this in the coordinate plane, the xy coordinate plane. Your r value is going to represent the radius of your circle. And so this lends us to some very simple problem types that will often show up, where they'll do one of two ways. They'll say, given a center at, suppose it's something like -5, 4, and a radius of, I don't know, how about we pick 2, radius of 2. If we wanted to write an equation for a circle that had a center at -5, 4 and a radius of 2, in standard form, it's very simple. We just do x minus h, so h is -5, so if you subtract a negative, you get a positive. And then in the second set of parentheses, we do y minus the 4. We square that. And then we set it equal to the radius squared. So we'll take 2 and square it, and we'll get 4. So this would be the equation of that circle, and it'd be easy enough. And so the idea here is this equation gives me every pair of x and y points that would be on the circle that I graph. In the same way, in a very simple way, if I were to give you something like, let's say x plus 3 squared plus y minus 8 squared is equal to 81. And if I were to ask you to find your center or your radius, you'd go, okay, well look, the center is whatever I'm subtracting in each of these. The y term here is going to be a little easier because you're subtracting an 8. And it's good to know that if you see, I should be careful not to make that look like a decimal there. If you see a plus sign there, that plus sign is just going to be saying that I subtracted a negative number. So my center would be at -3/8. And then our radius is always just going to be whatever I'm set equal to, whatever that root is. This is r squared. So if I squared a 9, I would get 81. So my radius is just 9. So these are some of the basics of just standard form of a circle. It's just being able to pull that information out of there. When we take a look at the general conic form in our next couple of videos, we're going to see that it's just a matter of rearranging our standard form equation so that we can write it in a different way, or to take it written in a different way and bring it back here so that we're able to actually find the center and the radius from something a little bit more or less friendly, I should say.